Happy Wednesday, loves. I'm so excited about my conversation tonight. I do not have my PE mug, so my Starbucks cup is going to have to be sufficient tonight. But either way, I do have tea. Hi, Key. I'm so happy that you got to join live tonight. You're normally super busy, so welcome, welcome. I'm going to be sharing the stage with your good sis, Sierra. We actually need to plan another day to shoot content. While we're waiting for Sierra, I'm going to go ahead and invite some other people into the room. And while I'm doing that, keep in mind that if you have any questions during the live, you can definitely send your question. Or if you don't want to send it within this platform, you can definitely send a direct message as well. Thanks, Key. I'm sure you look amazing as well. Sierra is here, so I'm going to go ahead and add her to the stage. It always takes a little while. Ta-da! Hi, C. I was like, I should probably put on some color because I know Sierra's going to have on color tonight. I'm in black. It's okay. How's your day going? Why?
I am exhausted.
Oh my gosh.
I've been running on.
You need some tea.
Yeah, I was falling asleep at
We're
work.
gonna edit that out of the live so no one knows that.
I didn't have coffee this morning, and I was trying to see if I could go without it, and yeah, I probably should have had some coffee.
Okay, well, we're not gonna be on here extremely long, so that way you can have some time to rest later on.
It's fine.
Right, so you're remote tomorrow, so that's gonna be perfect, right? Tomorrow's Thursday. Okay, you're like, oh yes,
yeah,
made it to Thursday, huh?
You know what today? You know what the day is tomorrow?
Tomorrow?
You tomorrow's
See
Thursday,
me looking
like you weren't sure.
That's
why I was like, you know.
I've had a week. Listen, a week has been had already, and it's just Wednesday. So I went ahead and invited some other people to the conversation, but we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm sure some of your amazing people within your community are going to bombard the live because that's usually what they do when you're sharing the stage with me, and I love that. So all your friends, just know to go ahead and ask whatever questions you have. If you're not familiar with who Sierra is going to have the floor now to introduce herself and let you know a little bit about her. So go ahead, C.
Okay, so hey everybody, my name is Sierra, or C for short, or if you want to get really formal, it's
yes, first and last name.
Yeah. So I am a personal stylist here in Charlotte. I've been doing it since I was born. So I've been doing it.
Yes, since I was born.
Well, actually, that's not true because there was some questionable outfits.
But those are parent driven, so you get a pass.
I don't know. Some of that stuff was on me, and yeah, I was just like, I don't know what I was thinking. I think everybody has gone through.
I look back at pictures and I'm
like, but
what was going on here? Do not repeat this outfit ever again.
Right. But yeah, personal stylist. I work with women here in Charlotte. I like to work with corporate women, like CEOs, business owners. I like to help women with, finding their personal style and making sure it's aligned with their brand and helping them feel confident. And outside of that, I have a corporate job like a lot of people do. And I'm a nerd.
You're like, yep, and I'm a nerd, so, yeah. And I work in corporate America, and I love working with women. as far as you working with women that are actually in the corporate America space, what do you feel are some of the challenges that you actually deal with working with that client base?
You mean like challenges
Challenges
that
in
they have
general,
or
working with
challenges
them,
that
and
I
challenges
encounter?
that you help them overcome as their stylist.
Some people are kind of like rigid, as far as like what they'll wear, or there's certain colors that they won't wear. So like kind of, makes shopping a little bit more difficult because they're
Right,
like, oh yeah, no, I'm not wearing red. I don't want to wear yellow. Like, so, you have to think about that stuff when you're shopping because you're like, oh, that's cute. But wait, she doesn't like the
right,
color, so I'm not gonna get that. Or it might be too revealing, and she doesn't want to show cleavage. So, yeah, just like stuff like that. I like when people are just
right.
like, I'm cool with whatever, or
The no
budget,
budget are the
or
best clients. Those are like,
like,
yes, okay, we can have a ball over here, but the budgets,
yeah, like, whatever you need, and not be like looking at the price tag. But I
right,
mean, I understand everybody's budgets are different. Um, everybody's bag
exactly.
is not the same, so
When you have a client that's more set on like, okay, well, I absolutely don't want to wear yellow, or I absolutely don't wear this color, do you ever suggest the color and position it like, okay, I know you're not really a fan of this color, however, you can incorporate this in this way? Do you feel that that's an easy way to navigate through it, or is it an absolute like, okay, you don't like the color, I'm not even going to kind of persuade you to even wear it?
oh, sometimes they'll say that they're not open to like that color, like that specific color, but they'll be like, well, like if you get it, like I will try it. So like I'm like, well, you don't have to wear a
Right,
completely whole yellow outfit. Like maybe you just wear here like with a top or something like that, or like some type of print or something like that. So yeah, I don't try to force it on them or anything like that, but just bring a couple of pieces or something. Um, Maybe those couple of pieces they have in it or something, and they're like, I don't know, and then they put it on. I'm like, oh yeah,
right.
this looks
Because
good,
then
but
you're
they change
affirming
their
them.
mind.
Like, I
So
think it's easier to convince someone to do something outside of their comfort zone when they're affirmed, right? Because then their facial expression and their body disposition
yeah.
changes. So it's like, okay, I could kind of get with this as long as you pair with the right accessories and you reposition your mind to think that this is something that I can wear. I think being in the image consulting space, it's a lot of that goes on because people will express their style pain points. And it's like, well, this is a no, this is a no, this is a no. But then when you ask them why it's a no, it's like, well, I kind of had this shirt a couple years ago and it made me look this way. You're like, okay, but that was a couple years ago. We're going to reposition it. And this way, we're going to introduce it in small bits and bites, not a monochromatic look, but we'll do a piece here, a piece there. So it's good that you're able to talk clients through that versus just saying, okay, well, she said no, then that's going to be a no. Hey, Shamir. Hey, E. So E is my virtual assistant. And let me tell you, I've raved about her before. She's amazing. She's the saving grace of PE image consultant. So listen,
I mean,
yeah,
listen,
because
I'm
it
glad you
was
found
a
one.
whirlwind. Hey, Keidra. Keedra's here too. So listen, guys, if you guys have questions
Hey,
for Sierra
like,
and I while we're doing our live, don't feel bad about interrupting and sending your question because we'll definitely pause to make sure that we answer those for you. So speak freely and understand that no question is a silly question unless you don't ask the question. So as far as life outside of being a personal stylist, what do you feel is your saving grace as navigating marriage, corporate America, and being an entrepreneur? Because that's a lot of hats. Major shout out to Tony,
uh,
because Tony's the saving grace all the time from an outsider looking in. Yeah, he joined
I
earlier.
thought I saw his, yeah, I don't know. I just, every day is different. I just approach every day differently. Um, like for example, yesterday I had to go to the doctor, and then I ended up having to work from home, and then I had to go to my client's house that lives in Concord, and then I finished there till
What's
almost 9, and then I had to stop at the grocery store to grab a couple of things, and I came home and made tacos, and then I made the tacos and I ate. And then I also have another business doing bookkeeping, so I had to do that. And then it was midnight, and then
girl?
I took a shower, and I went to sleep. And then I got back up again at 6 something. So every day is different. Some days I can go to bed. I'm in the bed by,
I
I
was
can
about to say
lie,
because we
probably
be up
maybe
late.
11. Yeah, yeah, I mean, or yeah, or throughout the day yesterday, I had to, get everything together to go to my client's house. I had to separate all the clothes and put them in garment bags, make an invoice, and I was doing that the night before.
Yeah,
And then, we were hanging
Monday?
out
Yeah,
the night
Monday.
before. Yeah, we left late. So I was like, I still have to go home and put these clothes in the bag. So, and Tony's like, why does the house look like a mall?
I mean, because you have to shop for clients.
Yeah, he was like, he just comes in, he's just like, there's stuff everywhere. There's clothes over here, there's shoes over there. Like, what is
So
happening?
you're gonna have to designate an
So,
area specific for these clothes, okay? Because we don't want stuff
well,
everywhere.
I mean, we have a room in our house, and it's our office, so we share the office. So, like, where I'm sitting right now, this is
That's why the
Tony's
flag is
area,
behind you
and
on the
my area.
wall.
Yeah, that's the Alabama A&M dinner back there because he went to school there. So I went to Winthrop, but yeah. So I mean, it's just every day is different. Like you have to approach every day differently. Sometimes maybe you didn't get to meal prep and you had to get up at 6
Yeah.
and make your lunch for the day because I was trying do like I did that on Monday and. Yeah, it wasn't worth it. I shouldn't
Like
have
I
done
should
that. I
just
should just
should have
ate
got me
lunch.
some lunch outside because I need the extra sleep.
Yeah, it wasn't necessary. I should have
It's
just,
okay.
yeah.
Learning
So,
lessons. What do you think is the best part about being a personal stylist for you personally?
the best thing that I like about it is seeing the expression on my clients' faces. Like when they put something on, they're like, "Oh my God, this looks so good!" Like I would have never thought to put this
Right.
together or purchase this or, like they just feel confident. Like I'm sharing that I'm passionate about with them. Like I'm imposing my talents on them and they trust me to do it. So it makes me happy that I'm able to make them happy
Yes.
because I know a lot of women struggle with confidence. And believe it or not, putting on the right outfit definitely helps. Like you could feel crappy in the morning, or you still might feel
Right. You still
crappy
might be a
after you
little
put the
hesitant, like,
outfit on.
ugh.
But still,
Right.
like, at least I look good. Like today, I look good though.
That's good.
So.
What do you think is like the most common reaction when clients find a piece based on your recommendations? Is it like a immediate sigh of relief, or is it more like I would have never picked this out?
Um, well, it's more so clients, some of my clients will text me and say, like, do you think I should get rid of this? And I'm like, well, how come we didn't come across that when we were in the closet
It was
or whatever? They're like, oh,
tucked away
I'm
somewhere.
like, yeah, you need, yeah, like, donate that. Like, yeah, get rid of that or whatever. And they're like, all right, I was just checking with you to make sure. I'm just like, yeah, because if
I
I
would
was
have been
in
threw
the
it away.
closet,
Listen, clients be trying to hold on to stuff, and you're like, okay, come on, sis, let that go. It's like 5 years old. You
yeah, that
haven't
wouldn't
pulled
have.
it out your closet in ages. Why are we still holding on to this?
I mean, I know sometimes people have some emotional, attachments to stuff, and then I always tell them, like, I mean, I give the rundown in the consultation, like before I come, if there's anything that you have some emotional attachment to, just put those things to the side.
Oh,
So
really?
I don't
I don't
bother
give
those
my clients
things.
that luxury. I do not.
Really?
No. Listen, I definitely do not give them that luxury. I do mention that it's like, Shamir, I'm not gonna tell your business, but I'm just saying, like, I always tell people, like, I know that some items in your closet have an emotional attachment, and that's fine. However, you're not going to be able to keep all those pieces that you have an emotional attachment to. At some point, you're going to have to detach and be like, okay, this no longer serves me. This no longer allows or aligns with who I am today. So-and-so gave me this in 7th grade, but I'm a grown woman and I'm not using that scarf no more. So let's go ahead and put it in donate, sell, wherever you want it to go outside of your closet. So
something like that my Nana gave me, that's
no,
not
Nana
going
gave me
anywhere.
that got to stay in the closet. So that's the exception to the rule.
Yeah.
But oftentimes,
like,
no grace. I'm like, no, let's go through this declutter your closet, simple 8 steps. And in here, page 5, it tells you we got to donate, sell, or give away. Liz, sis said, I love a good purge. Shamir, I'm going to keep your secrets safe. Shamir did actually good with her decluttering her closet. With your closet audits with clients, do you always promote for them to sell items, or do you have them donate them more so?
Yeah, like I have a client, she gave me some her red bottoms and something else. Like I have them and I need
right.
to.
Are those the shoes that you had asked me about like earlier in the year?
Yeah, and I still have them because I was gonna put them on my website because I took them to,
oh yeah,
consignment store.
They don't want to give you much at the consignment stores.
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, that's.
You're like, oh nope, never mind.
Like, oh yeah.
Have you tried adding it on Poshmark?
Like,
have you tried adding it on Poshmark?
No, I didn't put it on Poshmark. I was just gonna put it on my website, with some other stuff or whatever. So usually the stuff that people have, it needs
time
to
let it go.
It's or
like time to let it go. If you had to describe what a woman of impact means to you, what does that look like?
Someone that's influential and they uplift their sisters around them. They're supportive. They try to insert themselves in places where they feel like that they can have some value. And you know how to lead.
That's the key right there. Well, being able to lead and follow. Because some people only want to lead, and it's like,
lead all the time. Sometimes you have to let someone else lead.
That's good. How do you feel your business has grown within the last 6 to 9 months?
Well, let's see, the last 6 months. I feel like I'm established, but with what we do, I feel like it always goes up and down. Like sometimes you can have a lot of clients, and then sometimes it's like cobwebs and dust and stuff. Okay, so yeah, I do. I assume they think you do it full time, whatever, and I'm like, no, I work a corporate job.
Corporate
I work
America,
in finance.
It's finance and the passion, for sure. If not, you'd be looking like, okay, hold up, wait a minute, I haven't had clients all month. Like, what am I about to do? Because it goes like that. Sometimes you'll be extremely busy, and then other times you're like, okay, I got some consults, but then no one's actually closing or booking an experience. So you have to do more. Right. And in your times,
like, I feel like people that come to us, they want to work with us, but I don't know if they necessarily understand that in the investment that they have to make, because it's not you just going out and getting clothes and bring them over there. Like it's a lot more that goes into it than that. Yeah, so I think people get afraid at how much it costs. it is
Right. And
beneficial
when
to
you
them in
have
the
people
long
that
run.
reach out to you, because I'm not sure, like right now, as far as your consult, is your consult still like complimentary, or do you have an invoice attached to your consult right now?
Yeah, you have to pay because I was running into an issue where people wanted to, they would
Okay,
book
so
a call and they
you're not
wouldn't show
valuing
up.
my time. So let's put the invoice attached to it.
Yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
also very busy, just like everyone else. Um, yeah. So yeah, I feel if to work with me, you have to understand that
Yeah.
it's a serious commitment, and it it's going to cost you something
Right.
to talk to me, and it's going to be valuable when you talk to me. Like
Right. It's
I'm
not
just
like we're playing
on
around over
Zoom
here.
and just
We're actually working because in order to have a style consultation, you have to prepare for the client, which is the purpose of giving them a questionnaire prior to. So it's like, okay, I already have an idea of what they're dealing with, what they want to achieve. So then you begin to do your own research. You're already working before you have that consult. That's why I always tell people, like, if you want to book a consult, make sure you're ready to make an investment in yourself, because it's not just about booking a service. You're going to gain so much value within the transaction, because you're going to get some essential tools that you can use that are going to be transitional, where you can transfer that information into whatever other area of your life, right? Because personally, once you can organize your closet, you really essentially organize your life in that way. People don't think about it on a big scale. They're thinking about it like, oh, I'm just getting rid of clothes. No, you're organizing your life and yourself. E had a question. What is the most important thing to consider in personal styling? Hey, Sam. Important
what
thing to
is the
consider in
most
personal styling
important thing? Like as a personal stylist
as a
or
personal
as a
stylist?
client? You have to remember that you're that you don't you can't, like, I like to wear bright colors. I can't
Yep.
assume that every client that I have wants to wear bright colors. I can't impose my style onto them. So I have to make sure that I'm listening to exactly what they want, and that I am making sure that I pull items that are aligned with how they want to look. Like the image that they want to give off, like how they want to be perceived. So I can't be like, oh, ooh, that's a nice orange dress. But
Yeah,
I'm looking
that
at
dress
it
is
in
really
my
nice. You should
I
definitely get it. And she looking at you like, no, I want gray.
don't want to like, yeah, they're like, and that's something you would wear. So yeah, I have to remember that when I'm shopping
Shopping
with
for
somebody.
another client. And
Shopping
that's
or with
also imperative when you're looking at shopping. When you start shopping at different price points based on people's budget, you be like, I really don't shop in that store, but I know I can get you more than enough pieces within this store because of your budget. And I always tell people, if you're gonna book a style service with an image consultant or a stylist, your budget at a minimum, and this is being polite, should be $1,000 or better. That's just for your budget for your clothes, right? That doesn't include the amount
yeah.
that's associated with an invoice to work with an image consultant or a personal stylist. So people always
Yeah.
have to consider that. I actually have it on my questionnaire. It's like, what is your style budget and what is your experience budget? Because those are two separate things. And it's good to explain that during the consult, because if not, people are like, oh, okay, I just want to spend $1,500, and you're like, okay, well, is that for your clothes, or are you trying to do 500 for your clothes and 1,000 for your services with a professional? So
Mm-hmm.
that's big. And sometimes it can be an uncomfortable conversation. I know a couple years ago when I was starting out back in the States, I was like, okay, well, maybe if I charge like $500, that should be good. And then I started thinking about that thing. I was like, yeah, no. that's that's not enough. You work so hard for
Yeah.
$500.
Yeah. Your time, like it doesn't. When I'm shopping,
And you
sometimes
go a couple
I've gone
times
to
a week,
Atlanta
seems like,
to
when you're
get
shopping. Because I'll be looking at your story and I'm like, Sierra's at the store again.
you went was
You
shopping
were
last
shopping a
week.
lot last week, seemed like, because you had a couple fittings.
Yeah, I showed two stories would be on Saturday and Sunday, but I was in the mall just about every day.
People don't see all the work that goes into it. They just see the end product.
Yeah. Yeah. Like going from work, like I work in Mooresville and I'm driving to South Park.
That's a drive.
Literally an hour or whatever. Yeah. So like when you see how much I charge, there's a lot of work going on. Like I'm not just ordering things offline. I do order things offline, but I also am driving my car, you know, to different places.
Right.
And then I'm also coming to your house.
And that's another thing to see is like, shopping online is sufficient, right? But I know personally within my spaces, when I create a lookbook, I'm going to provide you with shoppable links. So if you want to take the luxury out of the experience of me shopping for you, you can do that by shopping your links. But it's something different about going into a store location and feeling the texture of each garment, right? Because then you'll know if it's lightweight, if this is something that's going to be perfect for the summer weather, or if this is something that should really have been worn in a different season. Because even when I went in the mall today, I felt a top and I was like, this is so light. This would be ideal because it's going to be easy with the wind, with the sun. It's not going to be too heavy where you're going to be sweating extensively. So that's something else that we know as professionals when sourcing and shopping for clients. So it's not just picking out clothes and telling you this looks nice. It's education and knowledge too that people have to keep in mind with working with us. So, but you're doing great. Like, you're usually busy and I'm always looking on the store like, oh, let me see. Yeah, I've been really busy and I'm thankful because I'm consistently busy, but again, it's ebbs and flows, right? So eventually I know it's going to slow down. I'm going to be on a pause hiatus for June because it's my birthday month. So I don't really want to get too busy right before June. I want to kind of like be able to step away and not feel bad. Like, dang, I got to send a lookbook on vacation. No, not really trying to. So I'm trying to manage my time effectively in that way. If there's anything that I can do to support you in your business, what would that be?
I mean, I feel like you already do that. We share our stuff with each other. Like sometimes you ask me to do what, like about where did I check somewhere for a suit or something like that.
Which is
like,
awesome.
Ideas off each other.
You know, sometimes people be like, no, I'm not telling her nothing that I know. And I'll be like, that is so backwards.
That is so ridiculous. It's like, where'd you get that from? Like, oh,
you remember. You just bought it 2 weeks ago, sis. Like, stop cutting up.
But notice you can take a picture of what someone has on and you can look at it. So
I didn't know that for a while. And then I found out and I was like, oh, I don't even need to ask them. But I still ask some people. Like, I saw someone on Instagram the other day. She had on this green dress. And I was like, I'm going to ask her and I'm going to see if she's going to tell me the information. She told me the information in less than a day. And I was like, whew, thank you. Yeah, she did.
Oh, she did?
I'm going to show it off on my birthday. So I'm so excited. Glamma said, oh, I can't stand that in business in general. Yeah, people are very stingy with information. And I understand that people have to take the time to learn specific things, and that's fine. But it's enough space for everyone, right? You sharing knowledge with someone else isn't going to dim your light in any type of way. So when people ask me for stuff, I'm like, hey, if I have the information ready available, I'll give it. If not, I'll be like, hey, listen, I got to look that up. I'll send you a DM or I'll text you it. So, and I know within our space, we communicate often because sometimes I'm like, okay, what do you think about this for this type of event that's coming up? And that's a game changer because sometimes people will be like, I don't even know, girl. Like, maybe you should check somewhere else. You like, but you don't have no suggestions? It's just a no and that's it. But I don't know. Everybody is different. Hey, Bree. Guys, if you have any questions for C, go ahead and drop them. I'm so glad you was able to share the stage because I know you're relatively busy. We have a live tomorrow too. I didn't realize that until this morning. I was like, okay, I'm live again tomorrow.
I wanted to do a live tomorrow because like a lot of times when I do consultations with clients or people in general just ask me, they're just like, how did you get into personal styling? And then I have to tell that story. So I was just like, well, maybe I need to tell you on the live.
No,
or whatever.
You'll be fine. Jump on the live. I'll get on and ask a couple questions. What time are you going live? What time are you going live?
Huh?
Oh my God,
It's
at the
at
same
7
time?
tomorrow.
I'm not gonna be able to join. I have a live
Why?
at
Oh, you
7
doing
with
something
Cecily and
tomorrow?
Mariah. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know it
Yeah,
was
it's
tomorrow. I
tomorrow.
thought you
It's
were
usually
doing
every
it Wednesday.
Wednesday, but her schedule only allows for her to go on Thursday. So I'm doing a double dip this week. But it's okay. It's okay. You'll be on there
Oh,
for a little bit. I'll be able to send a question or I'll send a DM in advance. But it's smart to do that because I know like early in the year I did recordings of my why I started. I did a story of what I do within my space, what it looks like to work with me, and we're able to utilize that content within the feed so people can go back and review it versus you asking me time and time again like why did I da 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 da. It's on a platform, so even if
right.
you don't do a live, you could actually capture yourself doing video content and just use it within a reel, use it within a post itself, or use it within your story. Shamir says, sometimes I don't share if I know the person isn't really ready. You're not about to waste my time, my folks' time. You're right, Mir, because some people will ask you all the questions like, oh, well, who helped you do this? And then when you tell them there's an invoice attached to it, they go like, oh, never mind. See, your face is like, yeah, talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like it's a slap in the face. Like there's a lot of
Yeah,
work that's going on over here.
it's a
Like
lot.
you have to like I went to the mall literally maybe 5 or 6 times last week because I'm doing that in the midst of also, going to work and like I'm married too. I have to make
Right,
sure that my
because Tony
husband
gonna be
has
looking
something
at
to
you
eat.
like, what are we doing?
Yeah, because I'll be like, "What do you want for dinner?" And he'll say, "Food."
You're doing a great job,
But he
though.
just says food. But yeah, I was saying like I have to go to the mall and then I have to
That's the
return
thing,
this
because you
stuff.
do the returns too.
So
That's we make it so simple for
yeah,
clients, so it makes no sense not to invest in yourself. You're getting someone to shop for you, do your returns, come to you to try on your clothes, give you all the compliments and affirmations in the process of trying on. It's like, girl, this is a lot of work.
yeah, like you don't. I'm taking the
Yeah.
stress out of you having a mall. Like I don't mind going to the
But
mall.
some people hate
I
it.
like to
Some
do.
people
I get
despise
I
the mall.
because it
Yeah.
probably gives them some anxiety because they're coming like some stores that are organized and some aren't. And you're just like, they're just like, oh my God, like this is so much
Oh yeah,
anxiety.
Forever
Like I was like that
21
with
is
Forever
just not the
21
store
for
to
a
go in.
while. It's just too
It's
big
never
and there's
organized.
stuff.
Even when the store is about to close, it's still a tornado in there. No, I'm saying like
It's
when the
about to
store is about to
close.
close, like in a regular day, like even close to closing, the store is really unorganized.
Yeah, because everybody's trying to get in there at the last minute. Stuff thrown everywhere, and nothing is
Yeah.
never where it's supposed to be. So yeah, it's crazy. I mean, there's a
Yeah,
method
but
to the
that's good.
madness,
But
though.
Sierra, I want to thank you for sharing the stage with me tonight. Guys, if you have any questions for Sierra moving forward, you definitely can get connected with her. Sierra, if you could drop your website in the comments so I can go ahead and pin that. That way everyone is able to get in contact with you in the event that they want to connect. And if you're not already following Sierra, make sure you do that. She's tagged on PE a couple times, so you can't say you don't know her name. But it's Styled by C on Instagram. All right, awesome. And then I'll pin that. Hey, Mortgage Boss, we are actually about to wrap up, but I'm going to save this live so you guys can catch the playback. And in the event that you are watching the playback, just go ahead and write playback in the comments so that we know you actually tuned in. But Sierra, do you have any last words for anyone before we hop off? Of course.
Did you record this? Oh,
Of course. You know I did.
if you're thinking about investing in a new wardrobe, do yourself a favor and
You heard her.
hire Paulette
Okay.
or myself. You'll, yeah, really thankful that you did. You'll like
Yeah.
You'll be walking up in the office or wherever you walking up in, and people are gonna be like, "You got some clothes on?" Like, they're gonna be looking because people are always looking. So you want to get always looking at you, even if you think no one is paying attention
always.
to you. Someone is.
And I also like the part where you walk into your job and people are like, "Oh, I love your shoes." I'd be quick to be like, "Oh, I got them from this place." I'm actually an image consultant, so if you need help with your personal style or anything like that, let's connect.
New job, that's what I do. I didn't tell them that, but usually at other places I have, but I'm not telling them.
You're like, no, not telling those people.
I have a problem with it, but I just.
It's corporate America, and people are different in corporate America. Trust me, I know.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in corporate America the whole time, but at other places I've told them.
It's okay. Just save it for later. They'll know eventually.
They're like,
did
I see you on TV?
Me. I don't know.
Hopefully. What, me?
Gosh.
Yeah, I think
it might have been me, but I don't really know for sure. But I'm gonna save it.
There were my brain's just like yours. I know that was you.
Like, girl, stop making a scene at work. Cut it out. No. Stop it. Stop talking to me about this at the workplace. But I am going to save the live. I'm going to tag you in it as well, so that way you'll be able to share it within your platform. And I'm sure you'll be back sharing the stage with me in the future. Women of Impact series, we're going to continue it for the month of May. June, I'm actually going to highlight men. So it'll be Men of Impact for June. I know. Big. Yeah. So that's going to be my June. So no women in June, but women will pick back up in July. So more to follow, more to follow. Do I know which men I'm going to have yet?
Do I know any of them?
We can say that. Your face is like... Yeah, I'm sending out the invites at the end of the month. Well, probably next week, invites will go out to the men guests. So, yeah, make sure you tune in. It's always something to drop later. This is going to keep everybody engaged within the community. So, it's a rhyme and reason to all of it. But I hope that everyone has an amazing night. Yeah. Thanks for joining Sierra and I on our Women of Impact series tonight. And we're glad that you were here. Bye.
Yes, thank you, guys.